I did my presentation for biofuel on ethanol. Ethanol is a type of biofuel. It is renewable and it can be made from various plant materials, the most popular one being corn. Most of the ethanol that is produced around the world is made by fermenting sugars and starches of various types of grains. Like I said, the main one is corn, and then barley, and the sugar in sugar cane and sugar beets. Denaturants such as petroleum are added to ethanol, which make fuel ethanol undrinkable. Almost all fuel ethanol in the country is produced from corn kernel starch. In other terms, the production of ethanol can either be biochemical or thermochemical. In thermochemical production, heat and biochemicals are added to corn, making carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This is called syngas. A catalyst is then added to the syngas, which produces the ethanol. In the biochemical production, it uses the pretreatment of hemicellulose sugars, and then it goes through hydrolysis in order to break down the sugar. Then comes the fermentation and the transformation into alcohol. Fermentation in ethanol is described as the biological process by which sugars are converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Yeasts carry out ethanol fermentation on sugars in the absence of oxygen, making it an anaerobic process. Ethanol fermentation is what makes things like bread dough rise. When this occurs, with good performance, bubbles are formed and then they break down from the pressure that's being exerted by the carbon dioxide in fermentation, which is being released. Then when there is any type of contamination in it, the bubbles will increase in size because the smaller bubbles will merge together. The development status is that after COVID-19 in 2020, there was a big shortage of ethanol in the United States because there was such a high increase in demand, and to this day, the production is still trying to recover. Compared to other biofuels such as gasoline, ethanol definitely has a lower carbon footprint. The public will try and communicate to the people of the country by advertising. They use things like commercials, billboards, in order to get production rates higher and get the information out to the people. There are a lot of jobs available within the industry and a lot of money is being made. But the amount of ethanol needed is a lot, and there are a lot of job opportunities for citizens in the US. My current analysis of ethanol is that we have so many different resources and so many jobs helping to produce the biofuel, but ever since the pandemic in 2020, the demand has just been so high that it's been hard for businesses to get back on track. I think that the government also has to do something with the production, and they don't help out enough with biofuels and are focusing more on putting other industries ahead. In my opinion, the next steps should be that the ethanol production gets back to what it is in 2020, and in order to do so, we could hire more individuals to grow corn. Since most of our ethanol production does come from corn and crops, it seems like the simplest way to get the industry back on its feet and increase ethanol fuel. And these are my sources used.